Okay, a quick instructional video for September 22nd for those who are confused or those who have missed class. So if you come to our to-do folder, 9/18/9/22, again we're looking at September 22nd. First thing we did in class was just a anticipatory set. So we went to the brainstorming. You clicked on My Document, which opened up a Google Doc that looks like this. Like the directions say, fill in at least one goal for each of the areas. You don't have to write it as a SMART goal like we learned on Friday. So these can just be simple, like I want to read more, for example, not specific, not measurable. So write one for personal goals, health and physical activity goals, relationship, family goals, academic goals, so one for each. Then if you were to come back to our folder on the 22nd and go ahead and open up the presentation that we went over in class. So again, just looking at this, we see how to be successful with your goals, and then everything else, step 1, 2, 3, all of these steps actually go along with the activity that you have to do for class today. So the first thing that the activity will have you do is write a SMART goal from one of your goals. You'll pick one of the ones that you brainstormed and then actually turn it into a SMART goal. Then you'll talk about why you picked the goal. You'll talk about creating your plan, people that can help you, actually picking a start date, and then identifying any roadblocks or setbacks. At this time, I would suggest opening up another tab so you can leave that presentation open. Coming back to our course again, going back to that 9/22 folder, and then opening up the directions, which pretty much go along with, and like it says here, open it up in another tab, the presentation. But now you'll see here the first direction is to actually open up a third tab. So opening up a third tab for Schoology, coming back, and then really the assignment's pretty self-explanatory, but if you have these two tabs open, you could reference back to them in case you get lost. So here's the third one, the link to the actual assignment. So just like I said, this isn't necessary, but it's nice if I have the presentation open right here. I could click on step number 1, which is the SMART goal. I could be looking at my directions here again. Step number 1 is to create my SMART goal. So then I come here, it tells about that your answers are not saved. It should only take you about 10 minutes. I would click start. Again, your privacy is key. So right here is where I'd actually write my SMART goal. I'm just going to put a number in for right now, just for this demo. Then you must select someone. This really does nothing except for give you some examples, a guideline as you go throughout if you choose to click on the person. So I'm just going to choose Austin and then click next. If you did not actually write your goal as a SMART goal, you have a chance to change it right here. So let's say that I add something to that, then I go to the next section. Again, all of this would match up with the presentation. So we're on number 2. We're on direction number 2 right here. So here it is, number 2. Remember, we need at least 2 things. So I'm just pretending to fill out 2. Next section requires 2 things as well. Same thing. Continue on. This one only requires 1. You actually have to select a date. You must choose up to 3. So I filled out all the sections again you'd actually be writing. And then click next. It's going to ask you to choose a design. So let's just say I choose graffiti. Notice it then makes a plan like this. Yours should, if you were following through with all the directions, if you look down at the bottom, yours should actually look more like this. This was just to make the video shorter. But as you can see, my student made an example of this. So you can see that yours should look closer to this with actual writing, not just one number. Then if we come back to the directions, once you get here, this is why I would have this tab open. Notice instead of printing this out, you are going to Once it creates it, down at the bottom there is a print button. You're going to click the print button, but then it's going to say destination. You're going to change it to save to Google Drive. You're going to click save. It will then save a copy to Google Drive. If you open up another tab, you'll be able to go to your Google Drive, find that document. You can right click on it, click on Get Link. If your restricted setting is on, you will change restricted to wcsd.net. And then right here where it says copy link, you'll click copy link. It'll tell you it's copied. Click done. Then you'll come back to our course and our folder, the submit assignment. You can click on submit assignment. Again, you'd click on my document. The directions are here again as well. So once I open this, I can just hit Control A. If I don't need those directions anymore, hit backspace and then Control V. And now your link is sent there. And then that's all you would have to do for today's class.